Yo, what is going on today, fam? So we're back again today. Today we're going to be messing around with the trailer one more time. We're going to go to install an actual 12K winch on this actual trailer. The good thing about this trailer is that it came with a toolbox already attached to it. So my plan is to just put the winch in the battery here, and then I'll just go to cut a provision for the winch here. That way, so the winch is hidden and it's protected from the elements. And I think it just look a lot cleaner that way. And so just having that winch will add a lot of value to the trailer as well. So let me show you guys what I have, and then we can try to get going before it gets too dark. All right, so I have a Rugcel 12,000 pound winch right here. It also has the free spool, little a mechanism right here, which is really nice because that way when you're trying to like pay out your line, so with the free spool mechanism, you can just unlock it and you'll be able to pull it straight out, opposed to having to use the remote to do it. So this is a nice compact winch, and it's going to fit perfectly where I need it to go. This is the little power box right here. I have a battery, brand new battery I got. This is from a 94 Honda Acura Integra battery. So I figured it would be about the perfect size. I also bought a positive and negative a battery terminal block for this as well. Gonna need that. I got a battery tray that I'm gonna mount here, and so that will keep the battery from moving around, obviously. From there, what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna mount this fair lead, the front fair lead part, and cut a little hole in there and make it look all nice. This is the actual hook right there that's gonna go with it, and it's also wireless. It comes with 2 wireless remotes and 1 wired remote. So hopefully this winch will serve its purpose. So the first thing I'm gonna actually do is I have to drill the holes that's gonna go in here. Gotta make sure I line it up. So to figure out how we need the holes, I'm actually gonna just flip this winch upside down right here. Now I'm gonna take a piece of cardboard, and then I'm gonna mark out where the holes are. I'm gonna cut it out like that, and then I'll place it inside of there, and then I'll mark my holes, and that's how I'll figure out where I need to drill at. So let me go ahead and get started. All right, so I got some more pins. That's just gonna help to keep alignment of the cardboard. So just as we're trying to figure things out, it's not getting all worked up. I'm gonna get some double-sided tape. That way I can go to stick that cardboard piece on the winch itself. So when I drop it in, I'll have the exact placement of the winch just how I want it to be. And then from there, then I'll be able to remove the cardboard from there and actually just mark where the holes are. So I think that's gonna work out. All right, so I got double-sided tape on that side just to keep it aligned. So when I flip it over, but I didn't press it too hard, so that way I'll be able to remove it once I get the winch position. Now, I'm gonna put some double-sided tape on the cardboard itself, so that way it will stick to the actual bottom of the toolbox. But being the fact I'm doing it this way, I really need to get the alignment pretty much spot on the first go around. And I want the winch aligned literally in the middle of the toolbox. All right, so I got the winch placed where I wanted it at. I pretty much lined it with this Northern Tool Equipment sign. So that's where I want the place to be, and the battery will be mounted right to the left of that. So I think that that's gonna work out just fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the winch, leave the cardboard, and then I'll start drilling the pilot holes. Now that I got my cardboard placed exactly where I want it, what I'm actually gonna do now, just in case we lose where the hole was, I'm gonna go ahead, just circle where those holes need to be drilled at. With some permanent marker. That way we have that reference. That's perfect right there. Alright, so now we're at the point where we can start with our pilot hose. So I'm gonna go ahead, I just grab the drill and yeah, get going. Alright, so moving up to a slightly bigger bit, we're just gonna keep stepping up. Like the point where I can't really like bevel it out anymore, so I'm gonna have to go and get the appropriate size drill. But you know, it's all good, no biggie, no biggie. So I'm gonna make a quick store run. Unfortunately, by the time I get back, I'm certain that it's gonna be dark outside. So we will pick this up next time I have some light. All right, y'all, so decided I'm gonna keep working and then I'll go and get the drill bit I need. So just after so the sun goes away, that way I can get as much done. So what I'm going to do is go install this little fairly little guide right here. So this is just going to also just help the winch rope so not to get just snagged up on anything. It's gonna make it smooth. This is bevel. So being the fact that the winch rope is pulled out from the bottom like this, I don't want the winch rope coming in at an angle because that's gonna put a lot of just unnecessary load so just up on the box so when it's trying to get back in. So what I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna place this bracket pretty low there, so that way there's just not a whole bunch of force coming up on the box. So being the fact that the winch is pretty much lined up where the northern tool sign was, so I drilled out those rivets and took that off already. It'll be easy to pretty much eye this to see where it needs to go. So first thing I'll do is drill so the two mounting holes right here to hold this bracket. Then once I actually drill those holes, you know, and the funny thing is I'm gonna need the same size drill bit. But so once I get the pilot hose started, and then I can go ahead and just mark where I'm gonna have to cut. So I'm gonna pretty much just cut like an outline of this a little bit further than that, and then it'll be good to go. Okay, so got that lined up about where I want it, so I'm good to drill now. All right, y'all, so got that mounted right there. Now I'm just gonna take my permanent marker, just outline around this. So I got there we go. Got that done. All right, and so y'all can see right there, just where the hole is, that needs to feed through. So we actually need to make the hole a bit bigger, so that way just the rope doesn't get caught up on the edges. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drill a pilot hole, so like an entrance hole, and then I'll start to cut around with my reciprocating saw. Let's see if I can get it going without a... Might have to drill one more just to get our, we got our blade in. Yo, what is going on? So we're back and we got sunlight, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up this winch install that we got going on right here. So let's get it. So I went to the store, got the proper size drill bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and just widen these holes right here to the proper size. I got my 4 actual winch mounting bolts already set up. The way it's set up is they have a special nut that fits so right in that little crevice right there, so that way they lock in place. So you're actually able to bolt it in from the bottom. I have a washer right here, and then I have a locking washer in front of that. Reason there is I got this washer just to give it just more space, so that way, just as the forces of the winch are actually, you know, like working, it doesn't go to just like bevel out those holes, you know, because it's gonna be like pulling against this. So got this winch, excuse me, I got this washer on there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these holes widened, then we'll throw in our actual bolts. So I went on ahead and installed the control box right here. I just went on ahead and just put it on there, so that way, once this is hard mounted, I don't worry about having to try to tighten up these screws from behind. But yeah, this has all the wiring and stuff like that. And once we get everything mounted, I'll go ahead and mount the battery tray and all that stuff. Then we can get to actually wiring up the winch itself. So I'm gonna get this mounted inside of there, and then we'll move on to the battery installation. So I decided to just go ahead and just wire up so the wires that go to the actual winch itself. So first, starting off with the ground. So for your ground, there's going to be a short, a short ground wire that's black as thin, and then you got your loose black ground wire. So that's going to go down to the bottom. It's going to go to the bottom right there. Once you get that, and then you can flip the whole thing over the way it's going to be. So this wire is going to actually run to our battery terminal. So now, what we want to do, so our long red wire, so that's going to go to our positive battery terminal there. So we'll move that to the side, just tuck that. All right, so this black, so this short black wire is going to go to the F2. It's actually black. Then our short red wire is going to go here to our red terminal. It's labeled as well. Then we got a yellow wire that's going to go to where the yellow terminal is. So super easy to wire, nothing crazy here. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything tight, and then I'm going to go underneath and actually get this thing hard mounted, so then we can work on our battery situation. We are all mounted up. This thing is not going anywhere. I did use upgraded hardware, just because, you know, these winches come from China, and some of the materials that they use just aren't the best, you know, if we're being honest. So I just went on ahead and just upgraded the hardware to something a bit more durable. But I mean, I'm sure the standard hardware will be fine, but you know, I didn't want to take a chance with it, so that's what I decided to do. Next, we're going to move on to mounting our battery tray. So all I'm really doing here is just going to mark where the holes are, then I'm going to drill. Nothing past that, super simple. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that now, and then we'll get the battery tray all mounted up, we'll get the battery in, then we'll finish up wiring, and then we'll go for the first test run with this thing, just to make sure everything's working the way it should be. Okay, so got the battery mount done up. I didn't record the process because it's literally the same thing I did for the winch right here with drilling the holes. So I didn't think y'all need to see that again, but solidly mounted. They got the little battery tie down rods already there. They can't come out, so it's cool. Pretty sturdy. So next thing is to just grab our battery. I got this battery from O'Reilly's. It comes with a warranty as well. So, you know, if it does go bad, you know, just because it's not used that much, then, you know, it'll be all right. It's warranted, so just like that. It's too easy. Put the little battery rods through to hold it down. All right, cool. Now, all we gotta do is just tighten up a little battery mounts. Comes with this kind, so it makes it super easy to service, doesn't require any tools. say this battery mount is a little big for the battery, so, but I think it'll be fine though. I think it'll be fine. Not like you drive with that trailer, you know, that crazy with the trailer. Anyway, like I had mentioned, you're gonna need some of these battery terminals right here, so that way we can go to attach our positive and negative wires to it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. Yeah, pretty simple though, pretty simple install, and it's gonna work well for my application. So that's what matters. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this wired up. Well, we got the winch installed fully. As you can see from the install, it actually looks pretty clean, just the way that it chills up in here. Water isn't able to get directly on the winch and the battery, so that's good. And I can still close my toolbox, which that was the whole goal of this in the first place. So you can see I just got it hooked right here. So to open it, just open it here. Got my battery all done up. I put some electrical tape over the positive end. That way there's no way of it going to arc or anything like that. Battery, excuse me, so the winch is all mounted up and all wired up. It's mounted pretty solidly. So we can go ahead and test it. So as I said in the beginning of this video, this winch comes with a wired remote, and then it comes with 2 wireless remotes right here. They're super cheap, like they feel like kids' toys, honestly, but they do work. So I'll show y'all just how it works. So first thing, we're gonna disengage the clutch. When we do that, now we're able to free spin the spool, just pull it straight out, which is a really good tool to have because it just makes it so much quicker. That's why I went with a larger winch and not one of the smaller winches, just because it has the ability to free spool, and for me that's worth it. So now that we got that, then we'll go to re-engage the clutch like that. So we can do this 2 separate ways. One, we can go to hook up our wired remote right here, and then we could pay it out, but it's not that long though. It's the only thing that sucks. So whenever you're paying your winch in, you always want to put tension on it while you do it. But if I go in, it goes in like that, and then going out, goes out like that. All right, so that is the wired remote. Obviously my favorite is the wireless. So got one right here. So I'm gonna put tension on my actual hook right here. Keep tension up on the rope. Hit the on button one time. And now we can pay in. So this will be beneficial if you're using it and while you, so if you're one person and you're trying to bring the vehicle up on your ramps that doesn't run, then this would 100% be beneficial because you can use this remote while actually in the car steering. So that's why I went with this setup right here. So we're just gonna pay this back in. And then we're just gonna hook it right here. Alright, there we go. So we got that all done. So that's the way that this setup works. I don't really see any drawbacks to this setup besides the fact that the battery obviously has no way to be recharged. So I do have a battery tender that I will be using in order just to keep the battery in good shape. All right, so past that, this is the setup. So if you want to go to replicate my winch setup that I have on my trailer, I'm gonna make that real easy for you. I'm gonna have links to everything I used here, so you can replicate the same thing. All right, I'm not gonna have the tools and everything there because I'm assuming if you're going to tackle this job, then you already have the tools. All right, but I will just link all of the parts, the winch, the battery tray, and all that good stuff. So I'll make sure to have that linked in the description for y'all. So take it easy, I'm out, but please do like and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up on the video if you found it helpful, and just drop me a comment. Just tell me what you think of the setup, if you like the way I did this, if you think it looks pretty clean, because I do. But take it easy, I'm out.
Yeah. coast.